What are you recording?
Yeah.
We'll start again.
Hello, I'm Janet. I'm Bethany's granny.
Hi, I'm Helen and I'm Bethany's mum.
Hello, I'm Bethany's younger sister Caitlin.
This is me and my modern family. 3 generations of my family, each with a different term for my identity within the relationship I share with them: daughter, granddaughter and sister. When talking to these members of my family, I realise that several aspects of my identity change when interacting with these people. Alongside this, my power within each of these roles alters. I'm much less likely to win an argument with my mum than I am my younger sister. Similarly, my transactional analysis changes within each relationship. I change from parent to adult to child very easily. If you have younger siblings, you'd know that it's incredibly easy to be in the child role, especially when they take your things or try to talk to your friends. Despite this, I still look after my sister when needed, much like my mum would. But I have my mum to look after me, so in some situations I take on the child role with her. But, being nearly 18, I'm more of an adult than I am a child. We can talk about grown-up things like the news. Whilst I can talk about things like that with my granny, she always wants to know how college is going, how my friends are, and that conversation always comes with a side of coffee and whatever she's baked for me that week. This makes it appear as if she's pushing me into the child role, which is understandable. As a granny, she probably doesn't want her grandchildren to grow up too fast. A further example of how my identity changes within these relationships is how I communicate with them.
I can contact you by phoning,
I could ring her,
By phone,
speaking in person,
talk to her directly,
speaking.
texting,
I could text her,
Well, I speak by phone, don't I, Bethany?
messaging on Facebook,
I could Facebook message her,
emailing, although I'm not very good at emailing.
email her.
Write you a letter?
Like most grandparents, my granny didn't grow up with technology, always telling me to put my phone away if I so much as look at the time. The complete opposite of my sister, who's grown up surrounded by it, always playing on a games console or watching videos on YouTube. In the midst of this is my mum, lost in a sort of limbo state between minimal or maximum use of technology. She would get on fine without Facebook and a computer, but couldn't live without Google or a phone good enough to text or phone us when needed. Within the media, the comedy genre is taken to using dysfunctional families as their central point, creating a more realistic portrayal of families, drawing away from the ideal family, making a mockery of it, like the Flanders in The Simpsons. Modern families are more likely to be like The Simpsons, or the Hex in the middle. I certainly identify more with these fictional families, how they try to be presentable and appear to have perfect lives, but it's ultimately their carefree, fun-loving nature that prevails, suggesting that this once ideal lifestyle is secondary to the idea of having a close-knit family unit that functions on making each other laugh and feeling comfortable around each other.
How would you describe our family?
Pretty close, well, very close,
All very nice and caring and loving people.
Very close.
quite fun-loving. We like to take the mickey out of each other quite a lot.
We're all very odd.
Proud of you all.
We're all very loving.
Within our family, seasonal holidays and birthdays are, to me, the best time of year.
Can you talk to me about Christmas and birthdays in our family?
Christmas is always a really amazing time because we spend a lot of time with all the family.
At Christmas time, it's always a lot of fun because we get to celebrate together as a whole family.
Christmas and birthdays are a very big thing in our family. Usually end up at our house. Granny does a party.
And the same with birthdays. It's usually another time when we all get together.
We go down my grand's house to have some birthday dinner.
And celebrate and have lots of cake and candles.
It's lovely and we love every minute of it.
We all get together, play games and have some food, nothing fancy, usually at Granny's house. Spending this time in a relaxed environment is something that I treasure much more than going out for a meal or throwing a big party. Spending these special days with the people that are closest to me are what make them so memorable and enjoyable. On occasions like this, we often take pictures, something that most people do, and usually put them on my social media for people to see. When doing this, I'm asking people to decode the semiotics of the pictures and see that I have had a nice day. Although my identity changes as I go between each person, what doesn't change is how I am valued in each relationship. Maslow's hierarchy of needs covers basic human needs, and when looking at it, Each of these family members fulfil these right up to the penultimate block, as I am in charge of my self-actualisation. They all provide for my psychological needs, make me feel safe, make me feel loved and like I belong.
I describe Bethany as caring, competitive, and
Bethany is beautiful, bright, and loving.
ooh, can I shorten it to 2 words?
Would describe Bethany as lovely, bright and bubbly.
And, most importantly, they boost my self-esteem when it's low. They support me in all my endeavours and will continue to do so for the rest of my life.
And friendly. No, hard working, there you go.